everyone, it's Kayla, and today is Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday was created by Lainey over at GingerReadsLainey. I will leave her link below as well as the Goodreads group link, and go check them out because why not? Today's topic is Top 5 Favorite Fandoms, and this was so hard, you guys. It was so hard to narrow down to 5. To me, a fandom is more than just liking something, it's being a part of it. First, I have to talk about my honorable mention, and that would be Lost. Lost is what sparked the fangirl inside of me in the first place. It was the television show that redefined television for me, that redefined television essentially for everyone. I firmly believe that we wouldn't have all these epic shows today if it wasn't for Lost, because before that, TV was just kind of I mean, some things were good, don't get me wrong. I loved it so much. I collected all the Entertainment Weekly covers. I shipped Kate and Jack so hard. I was so absorbed with the series. I had to watch it every single Wednesday night. I watched it from the beginning, and it's funny because I wasn't even gonna watch it, but my sister was like, hey, we should watch the show, it's about a plane crash, and I was like, that sounds dumb. I just love Lost, and I will always love Lost. It will remain a top favorite TV show for me for sure, and I just had to mention it, and even though it's not in my top 5, it is still always in my heart. Kinda related to Lost, coming in at number 5, we have the Once Upon a Time fandom. Here, the writers of Once Upon a Time only wrote a couple episodes of Lost, but it was still the tagline. It's a pretty good tagline to get someone to watch a series, let's be real here. And also the fairy tale aspect and the Disney aspect. It was on ABC, so I knew it was a given there'd be Disney references, and there are. I love Once Upon a Time, and yes, I know it's been slacky in the last couple seasons to some people, but I love it, okay? I will watch it for the next 10 years if it's on. Back in the day, I used to read a lot of fan fiction for Once Upon a Time. I follow a lot of Tumblr blogs for Once Upon a Time. I love going on Internet Movie Database to look at the message boards all the time. Even though people are such haters on Internet Movie Database, like, I don't understand what has happened. Can't we just enjoy a show? Like, can't we just sit back and be like, I recently acquired Rumple and Regina on my shelf there, and they look so beautiful. Coming in at number 4 on my list, we have A Song of Ice and Fire. And I know you probably are all shocked to see this so low on the list, but I'm ranking these based on involvement in the fandom. I have quite a few different items relating to the show and the books and the characters. I have a lot of Funko Pops. I have a blanket, a Stark blanket. It has a direwolf on it. My sister just got Game of Thrones Monopoly, and I fangirled so hard. It is so awesome. The instructions for Game of Thrones Monopoly is a rolled up scroll with a red ribbon tied around it. Who would want to open such a beauty? Like, who would want to open that? I follow lots of Tumblr blogs. I follow YouTube channels that talk about theories. I read about theories all the time regarding A Song of Ice and Fire. R plus L equals J, we all know it. Every time Game of Thrones is on Entertainment Weekly, I save the cover. I have Daenerys and Jon looking at me over there. Hi. Hi. I literally teared up when they won Best Drama at the Emmys last year. When the cast of Game of Thrones walked up on that Emmy stage, I was like, I am here to stay. If I have to wait until I'm 30, 35 to read Winds of Winter, that's okay. But you better finish it, George. That's all I'm saying. You better finish it. Coming in at number 3 on my list, unfortunately, is Glee. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. And I say unfortunately because Glee gets a lot of hate, and I know that it's high up on my fandoms list because, guys, I love Glee. I was obsessed with it. I'm still obsessed with the music. I listen to it all the time. I think I have about 400 Glee songs in my iTunes library. I can't help it. I loved Glee, and I'm still a Gleek. Even though it's over, I'm still a Gleek. I'm obsessed with Leah and Michelle. I was obsessed with Leah and Corey when they were dating. I'll admit that I cried when I found out that Corey died. It hit me right here. Glee makes me happy, and as a person who has struggled with depression in the past, Glee was always something to look forward to. And I know that sounds crazy, but sometimes my sister and I will still sit and watch Netflix and fast forward through different performances to watch our favorites and things like that. And I just love Glee. I love the music. I appreciate good music. Leah Michelle is just heaven to listen to. And look, I can't stop smiling, guys. I can't stop smiling. When I was watching the show, I would go on Internet Movie Database and look at the message boards constantly, and I knew what songs were coming out in future episodes, and I would listen to First Listen Monday. They would always come out with the songs on iTunes or YouTube 3 days before the show aired, and I was all about that. All about that. Coming in at number 2 on my list, we have Avatar: The Last Airbender. For those of you that have been watching my channel for a while, you know that I'm a huge fan of this show, of the universe, and I just had to have it on this list. And it was really hard figuring out where to rank it, but I've been obsessed with Avatar for a very long time, and I really want to rewatch the show from start to finish, because I really want to do season talks on book 1, Water, on book 2, Earth, on book 3, Fire, for my channel, like just go through and talk about it and fangirl with you guys, and I'm really excited about that. I think I'm going to do it this year because I just found out that the series is on Amazon Prime. My cousin is the one that got me into Avatar, and one night we decided to create this wall art piece, this mural of Avatar characters, and I'll try to post a picture here of the finished product, and it's still there, and I think we did it about 5 or 6 years ago. I loved being blown out of the water by this animated TV series that I never thought would be this good, and I was just so pleasantly surprised. It was also my gateway kind of into some anime shows that I now love, like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and Death Note and Code Geass. I just love Avatar. I'm so grateful to have watched the show, and you know, I thought about what bender I would be. I would be a water bender because water is awesome. And I will admit that I have watched fan videos and AMV videos. I'll leave some links below to my favorites. And I'll also admit that I have watched several Zutara fan art videos because they're so good. A few videos back I had said that I shipped Katang during the series, you know, Aang and Katara. Total lie! I shipped Zuko and Katara from the beginning, and I still do. I need more than Korra. Please tell me we're getting another series. For those of you that love Avatar, how awesome would it be if Netflix picked it up and we had a darker Avatar series? And finally, coming in at number 1 on my list, we have the Harry Potter fandom. I can't forget about Harry Potter. I can't not put it on this list, and I can't not put it number 1. I have been in the world of Harry Potter since 1999, since I was 10 years old, and I'm just feeling all the feels. I might tear up because this is so emotional to talk about sometimes. I waited for Goblet of Fire summer of 2000. I waited for Goblet of Fire, and it was the first book that I ever waited for, and I feel like it's the first book the world waited for. I just remember talking about Harry Potter all the time and anticipating the next book and reading facts and theories and everything in between each book, and I never had that before Harry Potter, and Harry Potter just changed my life. It shaped my life. I know that sounds crazy, but I went to college for English and writing, and I can't help but think that my love for reading drove me to that, and my love for reading is a result of Harry Potter growing up. I can't say enough about it, and it has just shaped my life. Like I said, I have a whole shelf over here dedicated to Harry Potter, and I'm sure it'll grow over time. The movies were another thing that you waited for, that you anticipated. You literally grew up with these characters. In my case, Daniel Radcliffe is my age, so I literally grew up with Harry, Ron, and Hermione. And you know, I fell in love with Draco because even though we're not supposed to, Tom Felton played him perfectly. And I just remember living on Internet Movie Database every time the movies were released. I remember loving the trivia game that used to be on Scholastic.com. It was a Harry Potter trivia game. It was a multiple choice type game. You saw how many you could get in a row without getting anything wrong, and I used to play it all the time. I was a freak, guys. I was a freak. And yes, I have read my fair share of Hermione fanfiction. No shame, guys. No shame. There's some good Hermione smut out there, I'll be real. I just can't say enough about being a part of the Harry Potter fandom and being one of those kids who got to grow up with the series and fell in love with the series from the beginning. I'm 26. I read the first book when I was 10 in 5th grade or so. So I have literally been in this fandom for over half my life, and that is just crazy to think about, and I couldn't not put it at number 1, and I'm sure a lot of you will agree. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Let me know below what your favorite fandom is. Let me know below if you agree with any of my choices, and I will see you all soon in another video.